This is a video about how I started my side hustle 2 months ago. I'll show you how and why I'm using personal branding as a way to build my audience and what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, website, and email newsletter to achieve and grow my branding presence online. This video might be particularly helpful for you if you're looking to start your own personal branding as well. Hey, I'm Lisa, I'm a business owner, I'm an aspiring author, and on this channel I share with you my entrepreneurial journey and self-development journey. So if you like what you hear, then make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when I release videos, which is every Sunday-ish. If you know about my story, then you know that I left my pharmacy career to pursue my own business, and I have been doing that full-time for 4 years now, which is incredibly exciting. Actually, I think it's 5. Business is going really well, but I know that in 10 years or so, I'll want to exit this business and pursue different projects. Why I wanted to start my personal building now was so that I could build my community and build my tribe so that when the time comes, I've got an audience who can follow me along to my next entrepreneurial pursuit. I know when I hire, I don't read CVs anymore. I stalk people on LinkedIn, on their socials, basically any work that they've published online. If you're a graphic designer, people want to see what you're up to. If you're a writer, people want to see the blogs you've been writing. And I'm guessing you're thinking, yeah, Lisa, but why me? I've got an answer to this. You're a unique messenger. For the longest time, I felt like it was conceited of me to actually start a YouTube channel. I mean, what would I start it about? Especially if it was a personal channel, what did I have to offer to the world and to the people watching? If there's one very reassuring thing I've learnt recently, it's that there are no unique messages, only unique messengers, i.e. the person delivering the content. This removes us from the pressure of trying to come up with original ideas every time we post up a video or blog, because inevitably you will run out of quote-unquote original ideas. I mean, look at how many people have done videos about their morning routine, and yet so many of them have thousands of views. This idea that there are only unique messengers helps us see that we can all do personal branding. We all have something we can bring to the table, whether it be the way that you convey an idea through your editing or through your storytelling skills. There's no room for imposter syndrome here. You can be authentically you because someone out there will love to hear what you have to say. And the reason for starting this personal branding finally clicked when I watched Ali Abdul's video on 3 books that changed my life. He recommended the book Show Your Work. And in this book, it talks about how a lot of people show only their end product or their end service. So you've been working on something for a long time, let's say you're a painter, and you really only show the end result when you're ready to show your artwork to the world. But in this particular book, Austin talks about how it's the work in progress, it's the process that a lot of people are actually really interested in. And I know from even myself, what I gravitate towards when I am absorbing other content from YouTube or in books or elsewhere. I love hearing about people's own journeys and the ups and downs they went through, and sort of revealing that, you know, it wasn't necessarily just the smoothest process, and when you see the end product, it looks amazing, but there was a lot that went into that beforehand. And so that sort of really clicked with me, and I thought, you know what? I'm already doing this LSG business. I'm already experiencing so much behind the scenes that I would love to share with people out there. So why don't I just put it online? I'm doing it already anyway. For you, it could be your profession or your hobbies. The possibilities are endless. You'll see that over the past 2 months, I've done a variety of different topics, and that's because I'm still experimenting. So if we look at my channel here, you can see I've just started off with a catch up. I do a day in my life, and then I did one about business, more about business, and then we did property, a more personal one, and then a work week in my life. I think over time, my topics will become more refined as I get to understand what's working, what's not. If you have a look at my first one, which was COVID life catch-up, and I go into the analytics, what I'm really interested in is engagement, because with YouTube, watch time is the critical factor for success, and the longer watch time you have, the more people are spending on your channel, and therefore the more YouTube will promote you, the more likely you'll grow essentially. So for this one, for a video that was actually 23 minutes long, which is quite long, the average view duration was only 4 minutes. So what can I learn from that? I think for this particular video, it was just like a rambly, hi, I'm back sort of video. So I think what I can gauge from the audience retention though, are which parts of the conversation people were most interested in. So if I go to the see more, so, you know, there's a massive drop off from the beginning and less than 40% of people stayed. But let's see what they were watching at this point. The main questions that I get is what's happened with your startup? Where's the content for that? Cool. So I think this is kind of like the start of my what I've actually been up to. So maybe people skipped that introduction. So this is good information for me because it just tells me to cut my intro short. No one cares about them. Let's just move on. If I jump ahead as well, live, and it has over 2,000 users on it. Okay, so this jump here tells me that people probably scrubbed through the video, and you know, as you're scrubbing through, you're mostly just seeing my face, which can be a bit boring. But at this point, I actually have something different on screen, which tells me that, I don't know why I can't move forward. Most appealing about it as, it like makes it more interesting when there is stuff on screen. So that's telling me that I need to make sure that I keep engaging readers and don't just have my face on screen. So if you like this type of walkthrough on how I'm trying to grow my side hustle / personal branding, make sure you leave a comment below on exactly what you'd like to see more of so that I know what videos to create in the future. I will take you also into my website. I think it's really important to have an online CV these days, and that I feel like seeing people do the groundwork where they actually have built up their own website, they're advertising themselves, is the 21st century. This is kind of just what I'm working on, a few links to the things that I've been working on so that it's as easy for people to learn more about me if they wanted to. I've got a part about me as well, a professional version, but also a version that my friends know, and that's just to give people more insight into my personality. I think this is helpful, especially if people want to contact me if they want to do partnerships, collaborations, or if people are just looking to network and they feel like they can vibe with me, then they can reach out. It's something that's two-sided as well. So by putting this information out there, I'm hoping that I can attract the right people to my network. Then there's like a CTA, which is a call to action to try to get people to subscribe to my mailing list. And then I just kind of send people along their way as well. So hopefully they can dig into a rabbit hole of the Lisa trend. So why build out a mailing list? Essentially, you're building deep connections with the people who truly value you. They want to follow you and hear what you're up to, what you've been thinking about, and a mailing list is a fantastic way to give your evangelists what they want. Most people will just watch your videos, some of them might read the comments, but some of them will click into the description box to learn more about you. These are the evangelists. What I want to offer my evangelists is an email newsletter where I personally touch base with them by sending them an email direct into their inbox every month. So you'll see that in each of my descriptions. I have a subscribe to my monthly musings email where I share with you what I've been up to and the best things I've come across that month, including books, videos, and podcasts. Then if you click through, it will take you to my mailing list software. So I have a wonderful, immense number of 4 subscribers, which thank you to all 4 of you who are subscribed. You know who you are. I'll be sending out an email very shortly this month, introducing myself to you guys and getting to know you guys in more detail. So I did my first email newsletter last month, where I kind of talk more about what's front of mind for me and sort of just talking about more of a rawer side of what I'm thinking about. In order to grow this channel and grow the side hustle, there are 3 main things that I'll be focusing on. The first one is atomic habits. So essentially just making sure that I build regular habits in my daily routine or my weekly routine that will help to build this channel. So what I've promised myself is that I will release 1 video per week for the next 52 weeks. This way, I won't become unstuck by the things that usually derail new YouTubers. For example, if a video doesn't perform well, I know it won't be an excuse for me to just give up and stop filming, because I've already promised myself that I'll be doing 1 video per week no matter what. It also means that my focus will be on my personal actions in building this channel. A video's number of views or number of likes is something I can't control. This means that my measurement of success, which is to get 52 videos out over this next year, is solely on me. The second thing is an analytical approach to the channel. What I've learned in business is that you shouldn't let your emotions basically drive all your decisions, even though if you've read Thinking Fast and Slow, apparently that's just all it is, your emotions driving all your logical thought. I'm trying to make decisions based on the analytics that I see. So in this way, I hope to accelerate my growth on this channel and to really create value in my videos. The third thing is trying not to overthink things. I don't know what type of content will resonate with my audience, so the next few months would just be about experimentation, seeing what gets more engagement versus what doesn't. I will try not to be too harsh on myself if a video doesn't perform as well as I'd hope, and just try to enjoy the process of building my personal branding. I'm hoping that these 3 aspects will lend themselves into each other and help me enjoy this entire process of building out my personal branding. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. I can't wait for you to see how my personal branding evolves over time. Drop a comment below if you're starting your personal branding or side hustle too. I'd love to connect with you. See you in the next video.